Hello and welcome to Simple Anatomy for Artists Chapter 2. This is our head and neck chapter. We're going to be digging into some of the facial muscles, some of the construction practices, and just getting an overall view of what it means to draw a head. So, as per usual, I've sort of time-lapsed these. I know what our attention is like in the 21st century, and so in the interest of just getting you the basic pieces and building blocks, we're just going to move through these and sort of talk you through the process as you see me sort of contrive this head here. So basically what I did was I drew a sphere, cut the side off, and then extrapolated from the cross section on the side down to the jaw and drew my landmark features. So this is the Andrew Loomis method. Loomis's books have been free for a while on the internet, and they're excellent resources for artists who want a semi-realistic style and some very palatable teaching that will allow you to understand methods of construction, much better. I think that Loomis is a really good teacher, and a lot of my methodology is derived from Andrew Loomis's methods. But I digress. Basically, after you get the features locked into place, the eyes start at about approximately like a third down, and the nose is halfway between the eyes and the chin, and the mouth is halfway between the nose and the chin. And that gives you the basic landmarks for where you're going to place those features as far as their kind of proportions and distances concerning one another are laid out. And that's just a really basic head I've drawn there. Don't worry, again, if you haven't really done a whole lot of this. We're going to talk more about the anatomy, more about the simplification, and just get you from bones to muscles to flesh in this just this whole chapter and this whole course, really. Basically, what I'm going to do next is draw a skull here, like we did in the previous chapter, just going in and putting all the pieces into place. And then we're going to use that as a basis to show you, there's the simple construction, and then there's how the bones and muscles overlap to give us the facial features that we have. Now, I will warn you that as you continue to understand anatomy more so, especially facial anatomy, you will kind of rip the veil off of your perception. And this is something I wasn't really consciously doing as I was learning and studying anatomy, but you will understand more about the muscles underneath the face, the structure of the skull, like I'm doing here and breaking the skull down into simplified pieces and surface planes. And then when people are talking, you'll be very distracted for a while because you'll have to reintegrate your new knowledge of how all these pieces come together to create the human being you see before you. It might help to look at yourself in the mirror for a little while first just to get that down, but this is essentially just a more simplified breakdown of the skull. It just shows all the surface planes, and we'll continue in the next module here with more head drawing knowledge.